Ladies and gentlemen, today we are checking out 100 Minecraft secrets you didn't know existed.
From
Let's
a
check this
six-sided
out.
piston to a crystal beacon, here are
Yo.
100 Minecraft facts you didn't know.
Hey,
The wolf
yo.
maximum regeneration, health boost, and absorption effects makes its
Okay.
tail spin in circles. This is because
What?
tail angles represent a wolf's
Are you
health. So
kidding
stacking
me?
all these effects makes the tail go crazy. Man, this is cursed. Enderman
That's
can't be shot
awesome.
with snowballs, eggs, or arrows. But if you use a tipped arrow on the Enderman, although
Okay.
the arrow would miss, the Enderman still get the
Oh,
effect. You can turn
sweet.
dirt into emeralds. First, turn that dirt into mud using a water bottle. Next, dry it out
Okay.
using dripstone. And
Yeah.
finally, you can mine that clay and trade it for some emeralds from a stonemason. Maybe not the quickest way, but
interesting.
still a cool trick. Most people use obsidian to explosion-proof their builds,
Right.
but there is a much better way. Try using leaves instead because you can
What?
waterlog them, making them completely
Oh.
blast-proof. This crossbow
That is pretty
takes
cool.
70 years to reload. That's because the reload time starts going in reverse with any quick charge enchantment above level 5. And this
Really?
crossbow is enchanted with quick charge level 6. Good luck trying to shoot me, pillager.
70
Smooth
years
variants
to
of blocks
recharge
like
that.
quartz and sandstone have a higher blast resistance than their normal versions. For example, smooth quartz has a blast resistance of 6, while the normal block of quartz has a blast resistance of 0.8.
I wonder
can get
how you
smooth
figure that
blocks
out.
by putting the normal blocks in a furnace. Wolves can't teleport to you if there is no safe space to teleport to.
Oh,
But
yeah, I
if you're
did know that.
completely surrounded in glass blocks, the wolf has a superpower and can teleport straight into it because it's a transparent block. That looks
What?
painful. You may know that
That's so
water can
weird.
hydrate crops up to 4 blocks away. But did you know it can work through air? That's right. It doesn't matter what blocks are between the farmland and water. It'll still hydrate. There's no way you knew this.
Okay,
If you
no, I
drop an
had no
item into
idea
the
about
ocean,
that.
Dolphins will start playing with it. They'll bop the item with their noses, sending it flying. Too bad.
I did
this
know
only
about
works
this
in
one.
Java
I've actually
Edition.
tested it out
Good
before.
luck trapping snow golems. Snow golems in Minecraft will actively try to leave any confined space they are in. They check for exits every few seconds and walk out. Too
That
bad
is
villagers
true.
aren't that smart. If you break a mob skull, for some, the same texture as breaking soul sand particles come out. It's almost like
Oh,
the mob's
what?
soul is trying
Really?
to come out. Eek.
I never
There's
noticed
a way
that.
to harvest thousands of crops at once. Crops need light to survive. So if you turn off all lights once the crops are finished growing, all the crops will instantly break, saving you tons of time. Before the 1.9
That's super
update,
smart.
there were 30 unused potions, some of which were the foul potion, thin potion, and sparkling potion. They had
I've never
no
heard of
effect and
these.
appeared to be retextures of other potions. I wish they were added still. Imagine drinking a stinky potion. You're
That'd
falling
be
in the air,
awesome.
but don't have a bucket? Luckily, you have a potion of levitation, because by perfectly timing the potion just before you hit the ground, you can save yourself.
I would
Little
definitely
smart.
mess that
This
up.
new arrow existed in the game for only 2 days. The Arrow of Luck was a reward item from Fletcher villagers.
really?
Using the arrow would grant the villagers the luck effect, which would make it so you got better loot from fishing. Too bad you
Oh,
can't get this
dude.
arrow in survival anymore. You can brew
Oh,
potions
they need
with
to
a
add that
crafting
back.
table. By crafting Suspicious Stew, you can get 9 different potion effects. The effect depends on the type of flour you use. Corn flowers result in jump boost. Alliums give you fire resistance, but one flower is special. If you craft a
Yes.
stew with a lily of the valley, you'll be given the poison effect. This is because the lily of the valley is poisonous in real
I
life.
did
How
actually
do you
know
die
about
in
that.
spectator mode? Mobs can't attack you and TNT doesn't move you. So how?
I think you can only use commands, or you can go like up and down into the void.
2 ways. If you fly all the way down below the
Yep.
void, you'll meet your end. But also, you can just use the /kill command, but that's cheating.
It is
Pickaxes
cheating.
are super useful for mining, but they're even better for farming. Using a fortune enchanted pickaxe or crops makes them actually drop more. On top
Oh,
of that, for
what?
some reason, pickaxes don't break if you use them to
Okay,
harvest crops.
honestly,
So you
I
can
never
harvest
used that
potatoes
before, and I'm
forever.
kind of
Rabbits
ashamed.
used to be way cooler than what we have now. Today, rabbits are boring and are just a food source. But back when they were first introduced, you could hold out a carrot and tame the actual rabbit. That's right. You could have rabbits
Really?
as pets in early versions.
Why
and
would
they'd
they
even
take that
teleport to
out?
You. You could even breed
That's
entire
so
armies
sick.
of rabbits. I need them back.
I mean, it makes sense because in real life, I mean, people have bunny rabbits as pets. So why would they take that out?
Water normally extinguishes fire, right? Well, most of the time. Because you can shoot fire charges straight into bubble columns, and the fire charges will
What?
just float in the water. How is
Okay,
this
that's so
even
cursed.
allowed? Take
That
a
should
close
not be
look
allowed.
at the hotbar, and you'll realize that the boxes and sand textures that are transparent. Mojang
Oh,
is very
yeah, I
good
did
at
know that.
using textures. Bubble columns are one of the best ways to travel quickly upwards, but you can also
Agreed.
create one of the deadliest traps with them. Just
Wait,
spam
what?
a bunch of harming potions at the top of the
Oh,
bubble
right.
column, and then block it off with obsidian.
did
And
know
whoever
about
has to
that.
swim up next will
They're
be a
dead
goner. The only
immediately.
way to get name tags is from loot chests, but there's a way to duplicate them. If you name a big slime with a name tag and then kill it, each one of the baby slimes will have the same name as the parent slime. This is evil.
I don't know why you would ever do
the
that.
wall, and when you breed them, it'll actually work. Too bad the animals can't see each other, though.
Wait, how is that possible?
To place in the nether in newer versions of Minecraft. Psych! Just bring a cauldron to the nether and place some water. Or if you catch on fire, just splash yourself with a water bottle.
Mojang should not allow that. That's so cursed.
It can destroy your entire build. But if you put a falling anvil on top of the prime TNT, the TNT will explode inside of the anvil, and no blocks will break. Minecraft's old fish texture used to look like this, but there is still one place you can't find it.
Yes, on the villager.
Village has the old raw fish tied to its waist. Have you ever tried sleeping underwater? Because it's actually possible. If you swim down to the bottom of the nearest ocean and place your bed, you'll be able to get a good night's rest, while all the floating mobs can't touch you. You can never unlearn this. The Void World Super Flat preset spawns a stone platform centered at 8 rather than 0, so the stone platform is off-centered. My life is ruined. Skeletons are a dangerous mob because they have aimbot. But did you know a skeleton can actually shoot itself? And no, I don't mean a skeleton shooting another skeleton. If a skeleton aims directly vertical, the arrow will fly into the sky and land right down on itself.
That's so
Donkeys
funny.
are awesome for carrying loot, but they're too slow compared to horses. But there's a way to get both storage and speed. By feeding a tame horse and tame donkey a golden carrot, you'll breed them and get the mule. This mob doesn't spawn naturally and must be bred. The mule speed is between the donkey and horse.
I've never actually made one, but I did know that it existed in Minecraft.
You may know that you can use fishing rods on mobs like pigs and zombies, but it also works on non-mobs. You can reel in things like shulker bullets, prime TNT, anvils.
Why
and
would
even
you
the
ever
dragon
do that?
egg. Okay, Minecraft is not very realistic. This armor set was deleted. Studded armor was supposed to be in between leather and chain armor. It kind of looks like clay armor and could be crafted using iron and leather. Unfortunately, there wasn't a good reason for it to exist, so it was deleted.
Yeah,
Slimes
it probably wouldn't
move
have made any
faster
sense.
depending on their size. Meaning, if you summon a slime of size 8, it can outjump the player when sprinting, and the bigger you go, the faster they become. Get away from me!
You can make a huge slime. That's
Just
sick.
bring some leather boots and build a powered snow wall. Now, if anyone tries to pass this wall, they'll freeze to death. But if you wear your trusty leather boots, you can scale the entire wall like a pro.
Gosh,
if you name a Vindicator Johnny, it goes crazy and attacks any nearby mob. But it's actually pretty useful. You can use this crazy Vindicator to attack animals and create a passive mob farm.
That is true, actually.
Name tags are needed to rename mobs, but you can use an anvil to rename an axolotl bucket, and it'll rename.
Yes, I did actually do this the other day.
Skeletons
Pretty smart.
are masters. But what happens if you give them a crossbow? You'd expect them to draw them back just like pillagers. But unfortunately, they're not smart enough and just trying to whack you with it. Back in 2012,
they don't know how to
you could
use
create
it.
obsidian farms. A simple way to make this was by making a normal cobblestone generator, but placing redstone dust where the cobblestone would form. I can see why this strange bug was patched. Did you know that the crafting table can be used as a compass? On its northern part, there will always be a texture with a saw and a hammer, regardless of what direction you're looking when placing the block. If you turn on subtitles, you can see what sounds are playing around you. This can be really useful when trying to find lava pools underground. But something cursed also happens
see pros
when you
play
spawn
with
a
that
guardian.
on
Who
all the
decided
time.
to call the sound a moan? In the earliest versions of the game, skeletons had a small chance to drop a quiver. This allowed you to shoot arrows without wasting arrows. However, this item was soon removed, and the infinity
it's so
enchantment
overpowered.
was added with the same effect. Mining fatigue is the worst. So when sailing over oceans, watch out for monuments, because even briefly floating over them can give you mining fatigue. In older versions of Minecraft, you could make 6-sided pistons by bugging out the redstone. Unfortunately, you couldn't activate it with redstone. But they look beautiful
that would be
and
so
were used as
cursed.
supply crates on some servers.
That
If you
looks
ever
awesome.
wanted to build a bubble elevator, don't use water. Instead, stack up with ice blocks above a soul sand block, and then mine it all down with a pickaxe. All the ice blocks will turn into water source blocks, and the bubble stream will send you flying right back to the top.
Interesting. I guess that's a lot easier to build.
Villagers. By placing a honey block and then a cauldron on top, any villager inside of it will be stuck for all eternity.
It's good for villager
until you
farms.
let them go. Minecraft's beacon texture has changed 4 times. It first just looked like a glass block and had a fuzzy
never knew
bead,
that.
and a weird rotating crystal was added inside. Next,
that's an
it
end
was
crystal.
changed to a diamond glass box and had a
Interesting.
jagged beam. Finally, it was changed to the beautiful beacons we have today.
I
Before the
like that.
aquatic
I like
update
our
in 1.13,
beacon version that
any
we got.
items that you threw into the water would all float down to the bottom of the ocean floor. But nowadays, they all float up to the surface and bob in place. It's really helpful because oceans used to be so much darker.
It's crazy to me that there's so many people, maybe even watching this video, that didn't know Minecraft before like some of the latest updates. And let me tell you guys, the latest updates have been fantastic. Old versions of Minecraft, even though fun to play, there's so many things that they changed for the better. Trust me. And this is just one
if
of
you
them.
lost your stuff down there, it was pretty much gone for good. If you kill a chicken and its corpse falls off a cliff, the corpse will slowly fall and keep on flapping its wings. I hope you didn't know this one. Endermen hate water, but for some reason, if you put an Enderman in a water cauldron, they don't seem to mind.
Cool with
What's
it.
even
It's
weirder
fake water.
is that you can put a lava cauldron underwater, and if you go into it, you'll burn
How?
while underwater. Did you
How
know
is that
to find
possible?
a brown mushroom, a red mushroom needs to be struck by lightning, which is a very rare event. But another way of encountering a brown mushroom is by breeding it. So there's only a 1 in 1,024 chance.
That has to be
for
one of the
baby
rarest
mushroom
mobs
to be
ever.
brown. Endermen get furious when you look at their eyes. However, if you accidentally lock eyes with them, don't look away. As long as you keep staring at their eyes, they won't move. It's been 3 days.
Really?
So stop using the crafting
Okay,
table
I didn't know
at
about
least
that.
to craft stone stairs, because you end up wasting so much stone. It takes 6 stones to craft 4 stairs with the crafting table, but you can craft a stair with just 1 stone using the stone cutter.
okay.
There
Yeah,
used
you
to
might
be
as
a
well do
secret
that.
Easter
You'll
egg
save
hidden
your stone.
inside the beacon. If you took a look at the texture file for the beacon beam, you could find map icons hidden inside of it.
What?
How strange is that? Minecraft
I don't know
almost
how I
had
feel about that.
lore. Back in 2014, Dinnerbone created something called the Ultimate Land. This would include the entire game's story and would involve the Dragon Egg and Endermites. But when he tweeted about it, he mentioned he hasn't discussed it with the team yet.
That was honestly such a good idea, especially because Dinnerbone, I'm pretty sure, is still a big part of the team, and they never moved, past the point of just like kind of talking about it. But it would have been really cool if Minecraft had like more lore and a better story system. Obviously, there's the Ender Dragon, which is cool in and of itself, and there's like the weird end screen credits that has some lore in it. But honestly, I get why they didn't do it, because if they did add a story mode, it wouldn't really be the same game that it is today.
It probably got rejected. Have you ever noticed observers have a face? Well, it didn't always
Yes.
look like this. Instead of a face, there was a small sensor. But because both sides of the observer looked like a sensor, it was easy to get them confused. Luckily,
True.
Jeb kept getting confused too, and just added a face. Minecraft likes to reuse a lot of textures.
Oh my
but
gosh,
did you
yeah.
know the respawn anchor was actually reusing something as well? The
The end
respawn
chest?
anchor sound is actually just the nether portal sound.
Oh,
reversed.
really?
The piercing enchantment on crossbows makes arrows go through mobs, but it has a trick. By using a piercing bow and a tipped arrow of weakness, you can affect all villager zombies in a line with weakness.
Oh,
and
that's
cure
sick.
4 villagers at once. Or you
That's
could
super
just use
smart.
a splash potion. Did you know
I
that
guess
Deep
that
Dark
works
was
too.
initially going to be underwater? According to the original
Oh.
roadmap for the update, underwater lights, floating jellyfish, and even ghost blocks were in the works. However,
Oh.
since this didn't match the creepy theme of the warden, it
I
was
guess,
never
yeah.
implemented. Are you
That makes
kidding
sense.
me? If you don't want this to happen, there's an amazing trick you can do to make your chest
Shulker
invincible.
boxes.
Just waterlog them.
Or
And even if you
waterlog
set
it, I
up a
guess.
million explosions, your loot is going nowhere. In
Yeah, true.
1.20.2, you can now put up to 64 items inside decorated pots. Only one type of item can be put in at a time. And when you're done, you can crack open the pot with an arrow. There's a color in
That's
Minecraft
funny.
that is everywhere, but almost no one has noticed. Look at ocean monuments, guardians, the warden, and even soul energy. What do you think
Okay.
all of them have in common? It's the cyan color. Could this have something to do with
Okay.
Minecraft's ancient lore? You can fly
I
faster
don't know
or
about
slower
that.
in spectator mode by scrolling. By scrolling up or down
yeah,
your
everybody
hotbar,
knows
you
that,
can
right?
adjust the flying speed to as
Right?
fast as 87 blocks per
Did you guys
second.
know
Or
about
as slow
that?
as practically not moving. When you meet an Enderman, you're probably used to its purple eyes and black smoke that it
Well,
emits.
yeah.
But the Enderman actually used to have green eyes. Did you know that Deep Slate was supposed to be named something else? Originally, Deep Slate was meant to be Brimstone, but Mojang
Oh.
decided that Grim sounded too negative. Yeah,
I
okay,
guess.
Mojang.
I mean,
Are
it
you as
sounds kinda
tired of
cooler in
water
my opinion.
Freezing in cold biomes, you can try placing light sources like torches or glowstones, but they're ugly. Instead, you can use a waterlogged slab that'll never freeze. But it gets even better. Kelp can
Okay.
also be put inside water, and it also will no longer turn into ice.
Oh,
Giggling
that's a
buttering
cool way to
is
go about
super
it.
overpowered, but it's so slow. Luckily, Bedrock Edition pros found a way to speed it up by 100 times. All you need to do is grab a sticky piston and a gold block. And hook
Yep,
it up
I've
to a
seen this
super fast
before.
block. Then when you drop the gold, the pigling will pick up
Dream
the
is getting
gold
very
every
excited
time
when
the
he's
block
watching
moves,
this.
giving you supercharged trading.
Oh my
Finally,
gosh,
infinite
dude.
gravel. Just what I've always wanted. Cats always land on their feet in real life, but in Minecraft, cats don't take any fall damage. You can
Nope.
hit them off a mountain and they'll still survive. Try surviving this.
Oh,
Have you
oh
seen
my
those stylish
God.
villager outfits, books on their heads and fur coats? Who
Yes.
designed those cutting-edge fashions?
I don't know.
Mojang revealed villagers were inspired by a Gucci fashion show. How did villagers end
What?
up dressed better than me? A strange
Really?
item might become Minecraft's best weapon. In Minecraft's combat testing snapshot, netherite hoes are the best weapon. This is because axes have a reach of 2.5 blocks, swords have a
Okay.
reach of 3 blocks, and hoes have a reach of 3.5 blocks. This
Really?
would make it so someone
That's
using a hoe would
insane.
always hit someone using a sword or axe first. I
Okay,
never
dude,
thought
that's
netherite
honestly
hoes would
really
be
overpowered.
actually useful. You should never dig straight down, right? Well,
Of course.
not exactly, because digging straight down has a 64% chance of leading to nothing and only a 6% chance of leading to lava. So it's mostly safe. And even if you do fall in lava, you can always just use a water bucket. Fences are the
That is true.
strangest blocks in Minecraft. You can't
Why?
jump over them normally, but when you make them even taller with a carpet or trapdoor, then you can
Yeah,
jump
that
on them.
actually
This game
makes
is
no
so weird.
sense.
These Minecraft accounts are illegal. Minecraft usernames are supposed to have more than 3 characters, but the names BB, G, and 8 exist. When Minecraft was first
what?
created, usernames didn't have requirements, and this allowed players to create these cursed usernames. This feature breaks Minecraft. This is because the game can't handle extremely large numbers. So if you
Okay.
die with over 21,863 XP levels, you'll have a negative game score. This is so cursed. The Swift Sneak enchantment lets you
Huh.
travel super quickly, but most people use it wrong. The enchantment lets you move faster while shifting, but if you sprint right before pressing crouch, you'll go way quicker. But that's not it. You can go
Interesting.
even faster by sprint jumping and holding crouch. Now you can escape
Dude,
your enemies without
whoever
getting
figured
caught.
that
This
out?
Minecraft mob has different stages. Piglins can have a light, medium, or heavy aggression. The light tier can be fixed by wearing gold armor. The medium tier can be calmed by bartering gold. And the heavy
Okay.
tier can't be cured. You can climb up hundreds of blocks with just 2 items: powdered snow and leather boots. While wearing
Oh,
leather
yeah,
boots,
true.
you won't fall through the powdered snow and will be able to continue climbing without leaving a trail. In all of
Wow,
Minecraft,
that's
there is
awesome.
one block you can enchant. This block is a non-wearable block, so pumpkins don't count. The answer is the jack-o'-lantern. And it can be
Yes,
enchanted
my favorite
with
block in the
curses,
game.
even though you can't wear it. Unfortunately, this was patched in 1.20, but if you are ever on an older version, it'd be a super cool trick. Shifting hides the player's name tag, but it
yeah.
has another secret use.
Oh, yeah,
Most
look at
hostile
that.
mobs
You can see in
detect
the
you from
water.
16 blocks away, but sneaking decreases the detection range to 80% of their
Oh,
usual
I didn't know they
range.
were
So
going
if
there
you're
with
trying to
that.
escape some creepers, sneaking will help a lot.
That actually makes a
There's
lot of
another
sense.
way to sneak past mobs, and it's even better than shifting. When you wear mob heads, it halves the distance that mobs can detect you. Just another way
What?
to get past pesky
Okay, I
mobs.
actually
Have you
never
ever
knew about
wondered
that.
how
That's
the
so
gas
clever.
sounds were made in Minecraft? The sound is horrific.
Cats.
C418, the original sound designer for Minecraft, said that he got the sounds from his sleeping cat and he modified them to sound scarier.
They do
Skeletons
sound a
have
lot
hidden
scarier than a
detail
normal
very
cat.
few players know about. About 11% of them spawn left-handed, and it apparently mirrors the amount of real people who are left-handed.
Oh,
How
that's
crazy
kind of a
is
neat
that?
Easter
Want
egg.
more inventory space? Just
Yes.
turn on touchscreen mode and use your number hotkeys to place your items in the crafting grid. You can exit your inventory, and the items will stay there. This bug was patched in
Whoa.
1.19, but you can still use it in any version before. With maps and glass, you can make one-way windows. You can create maps that look
Actually?
like blocks using a custom map generator or by building block layouts by hand. Slap them on glass, and you can spy on your friends without getting caught. So it was
Oh,
you
that's
who
so
was stealing
cool.
my emeralds. Use this method to find tons of netherite. Just place a grindstone, apply fire
Okay.
resistance, and swim upwards beneath the grindstone while holding
That
crouch.
works?
This way you can x-ray underneath lava lakes to
Oh,
find hidden netherite.
shoot,
This
look at
method
that.
is good
It
because you
actually
don't
worked.
need tons of beds to do it.
Yeah,
This is
true.
the easiest way to kill a ward. As the ward spawns, build an iron golem and make sure you
Okay.
have over a stack of iron. You can use this iron to heal the golem as it
Oh,
takes damage, and it'll
I
destroy
forgot
the
you could
warden
hear the
for
iron
you.
golem
It may
like
seem
that.
a little expensive, but you can easily get iron with AFK farm.
I mean,
and
yeah,
it's
that's
certainly
true.
better than dying in the deep dark.
The
If you
warden
apply
is
the
extremely
name
difficult
tag
to kill, so I
Dinnerbone
like that
mobs,
idea.
It'll flip them upside down. But there are 3 mobs it won't work on. You probably
Okay.
know the Ender Dragon,
Well, of
but the other
course.
2 are a bit more surprising. Considering you can do it to the Wither, the 2 mobs are the Squid and Glow Squid. Squids have another
kind of
strange
weird.
feature. Real-life squids have 10 tentacles, but
Yep.
Minecraft squids have only 8. But considering Minecraft
Huh.
has a dragon and giant green slimes, I think it's fine that squids aren't completely realistic.
I
Let
guess
me
so,
ride
yeah.
you already. If it's taking forever to tame a horse, you can feed it a golden apple before trying again, and it'll be way more likely to accept you. Minecraft items have a secret rarity system. This is why some items have white names, while others are colored. But what do the colors mean? Common items are white, treasure
Right.
items are bright yellow,
Okay.
boss drops are aqua, and admin items glow purple. What
That
happens
makes
if you
sense.
enchant a
Okay, it's like an
normal golden
RPG
apple?
type
Will
game.
it act just like a god apple, or will it be the same? The answer is actually in between. Enchanting a regular golden apple boosts its rarity to epic, turning its name the same color as god apples. It's still
Ah.
functioning like normal, but how cool is that? If you shoot a
Yeah,
bunch of
very cool.
arrows
You can
with your
trick some
left
people.
hand, you'll see more arrows will land on the left side of your crosshair. This happens because arrows lean a bit left or right, depending on which hand you shoot a
Interesting.
bow with. I always
That's a cool
thought
feature.
something was off. The symbols on end crystals may look random, but they actually spell something pretty interesting. When you rearrange the symbols, they spell out Mojang. I'd be surprised if you knew
what?
this. The phantom sounds were made by a developer's son screaming in his sleep. Yeah, there's no way you knew that. Llamas
Nope.
are one of the
I had
fastest
no
mobs
idea.
in Minecraft. They may seem slow at first, especially the wandering trader llamas, but there's a way to make them go super fast. When you
How?
attach a llama to a lead, up to
Okay.
10 other llamas will follow, and they'll
Oh
do almost
my
anything to
gosh.
keep keep up. You can fly backwards in creative mode, and the llamas will still somehow
Dude,
keep
they're
up.
so
Have you ever
fast.
noticed you can craft books in the crafting table
Well,
any
yeah.
way you want? The recipes are shapeless, meaning you can place the ingredients however you like. It also works for flint and steel, as well as beetroot soup. Now this is very cursed. With just a chicken, lead, and boat, you can
Okay.
create a void base. All you
Oh,
have to
yeah,
do
I
is
did
attach
know
the
about
chicken
this.
to a fence, then ride the boat on top. This works
Yep.
because boats are able to land on top
think
of
you could do
entities.
this with
You can also
shulkers
put
as
boat
well.
chests to make the most secret base ever. This is the most embarrassing way to die. If you punch an armor stand with Thorn's armor, you end up taking damage. And if you keep doing it, you'll get this embarrassing death message. The bucket has a slight detail only the most observant players will notice.
It's
When you pick up
overflowing
a
or
fish,
what?
the bucket texture goes down by 1 pixel to show the weight
Oh.
of the fish pushing it down. It's nearly
Interesting.
impossible to see if you're not looking closely. This
Yeah,
chest
that
is
is really cool.
impossible to open. You may think there's a block or barrier on top, but there isn't. The chest was locked using the data command. With this
Oh,
command, you
yeah,
can
true.
lock chests, furnaces, and other storages. The only
That's
way to
sweet.
open them is with a key you set in the command. This way, you can have secret chests that only you know how to open.
I
Big
like that
on
idea a lot.
thieves,
I gotta use that in my
Minecraft
next
recycles a
Minecraft
lot
world.
of textures. Endstone is identical to cobblestone, bedrock to stone, and Santa clay. Even the creeper hissing sound is the same as the prime TNT sound. Just pitch
Yeah,
down.
true.
When you load a world, the chunk colors actually mean something. Black
What?
means unloaded terrain, gray means structures,
Okay.
and blue means water. This is the full color chart. So next
Oh.
time your world is loading,
Huh.
keep an eye out for interesting chunks.
Oh,
Did you know
yeah,
mobs
true.
can
You
still
can see
see
different
you
things
when
in the world.
invisible? Instead of hiding you completely, the effect makes it so that mobs detect you at 7% of their usual range. Each armor
they can
piece
still
also
find you,
increases
technically.
the detection range by 17.5%.
Whoa.
So if you get too close or wear too much armor, the mobs
Yeah,
will
they're gonna
still
find
come
you.
after you. If you're fighting a zombie and more seem to appear out of nowhere, this is because you're fighting a leader. They have a 5% chance of spawning, and when attacked, they'll
I
summon
swear,
reinforcement
it's a
zombies.
higher than
Fireflies were supposed
5%.
to sparkle in the dark. The frogs would snap the glowing bugs right out of the air with their long tongues. How cool would it have been to see frogs leaping and catching
That would've
fireflies?
been amazing. I would've
However,
watched
once
that all
Mojang
day.
found out fireflies are poisonous to frogs, they canceled the idea.
Aw.
Rest in peace, fireflies. Subscribe if you enjoyed.
That was amazing. Make sure you guys check out the original creator. That was amazingly well done. If you guys also enjoyed that, you're totally going to enjoy these Minecraft facts that you probably didn't know about.